Hello everyone, welcome to the card of the day. We're setting the intention for the next 24 hours. I am recording this and posting this March 15th, 2022. Where I am in the world, it might not be March 15th at this exact time, depending on where you are in the world, or you might stumble upon the video at a later date. So take this as the next 24 hours, whatever date it is where you are, whatever date it is that you happen to see this message, the next 24 hours. First and foremost, happy birthday to all our March 15th babies out there. And I'm going to pull the card of the day, but I need you guys to know something. Spirit is like really emphasizing that you guys need to hold right now the belief and the understanding and knowing that you are loved. I want you to just make this your mantra, starting from today, starting from this moment, throughout the day, on the bus, in traffic, sitting at your job, whether you're on site or working from home. And I just want you throughout the day to remind yourself, I am a child of God and I am loved. I am a deeply loved child of God. I am loved. I am deeply loved. I matter. I matter. I matter. I matter. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. I am a child of God, and God is watching over me. I want you to make this that automatic record in your head. Okay? I had a dream. I don't even know where to begin, but I encourage you guys to also watch the card of the day for the 14th. There's big shifts happening right now, and this full moon in Virgo that we're coming up on. Guys, we are coming into a time of big changes, positive changes, shifting, growing, evolving as a race of humans, as the human race, as a species. Into a higher vibration, into a higher way of being. And there's just such a powerful shift coming. And God, that dream that I had, it was exciting and terrifying, and the only part that I can share with you guys right now is I want you from this moment right now to remind yourself that you are loved, that you are safe, that you are protected, that you are watched over, that you are a child of God. Okay? Now, your card of the day. Your card of the day, one more shuffle here. And I feel like I need to do this. Is the High Priestess. Okay, now, I know a lot of people watch tarot readings and are very, very associated with the astrology linked to the card in terms of a person versus an energy or a characteristic or a vibe. So this could be for some of you dealing with someone who is a Pisces or a Taurus. I know some people get very angry when I associate Taurus with the High Priestess, but please, if you go back and you look and you read about the cards, there is a connection, okay? Just like Gemini is Virgo and, Magician is Gemini and Virgo, right? Or Emperor is Aries and Scorpio. There's a Taurus aspect to the High Priestess. I know it's maybe debatable, but it is there. So some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or Taurus. If you have Pisces or Taurus placements, there can be really big changes or really big shifts happening for you in those specific areas of your life. However, we're not all Pisces and Taurus. We don't all have Pisces and Taurus placements, and we aren't all dealing with a Pisces or Taurus or even concerned with other people right now. So we have to look at this card in a deeper way. This is a major arcana card. Anytime major arcana cards come up, we're entering into a new chapter. We're entering into a significant time in our life. And it's a defining moment. It's a moment in which we are changing and growing and evolving, and life is never going to be the same again because of this growth, because of this awakening, this evolution. You're leveling up. And so even though I'm setting the intention for the next 24 hours, the next 24 hours, you're going to see a theme in your life over the next few weeks. And yesterday's card was a major arcana. And I used a different deck. I didn't even use this deck. So now we have the major arcana coming up. Guys, we are coming into really big shifts and really big changes. And intuition is really going to be a big part of this process. Yesterday was the moon. There's the element of intuition and psychic gifts and abilities with the moon. The high priestess, intuition, psychic abilities and gifts, spiritual gifts. Okay, this is a time in which we're evolving into that capability. Intuition is connecting with energy, connecting with source, connecting with God, higher self, whatever you want to call it. We all have that antenna. Intuition is our antenna. And some of us think we don't have an antenna. Everybody is born with an antenna. Some people are more skilled and it comes more naturally to them with others than others. Some people have an antenna that might reach farther or pick up a stronger signal than some other antennas. But we all have an antenna. And you need to start using it. You need to start listening to what your intuition and what your gut is telling you. People are going to tell you from their mouth what they need you to think and what they need you to believe to benefit them. They're not going to be honest with you and tell you, okay, you know what, my friend, you're better off looking for another relationship, or you're better off looking for a new job, or you're better off looking for a new living arrangement. If something seems kind of off, you got to pay attention to that. If your gut or your intuition is telling you that somebody's about to pull the rug out from under you, listen to that. And some people say, Amethyst, how can I tell? How can I tell the difference between my intuition and between my anxiety and my fear? And I'll tell you right now. When Spirit brings you a message from your intuition, it's not always going to be good news. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows and beer and Skittles. I can tell you that from my own experience. But Spirit will never bring you the message in a way that makes you feel powerless and hopeless and trapped or stuck. Spirit is going to tell you or give you a feeling of, hey, this is what's ahead, and these are the steps that you can take so that you can have an easy transition, so that you can be prepared, so that you're not caught off guard. So even though your intuition or Spirit might bring you some news that's not what you were hoping to hear, or maybe even bad news, it's going to come in as a protection with guidance. If you're feeling panicked, if you're feeling like you just want to break down and sob and cry and hopeless and stuck and, oh my God, what am I going to do? That's not intuition. That's not Spirit. That is lower vibrational energy. That is lower frequency energy. That is fear and that is anxiety. So if you're in that, oh my God, what am I going to do? Oh my God. We've all been there. It happens. No judgment. We all have those moments. We have to just take a deep breath, ground ourselves, say a prayer. You can ask for Archangel Michael also to fill your heart with courage, to remove fear from your heart, to fill your heart with love and light and courage, and to remove the fear, or whatever you find helpful for you, to ground yourself, to take a deep breath, and again, remind yourself, I am loved, I am protected, I matter, I am a child of God, I am watched over, I am being guided, I am being directed. I want you to start getting used to doing this. Okay, now the dream that I had came in with a very powerful message for me. And before I share it with you guys, I need to meditate on it to figure out how much of it is personally for me and how much of it is for the collective. Because last time I tried to be open, there was a lot of controversy on this channel. And people freaked out and people accused me of being a fearmonger, or they accused me of scaring them, and somebody said they had a nervous breakdown at work, and that's not my intention. I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm not here to put fear in your heart. Okay? And a lot of the things I mentioned are actually well on their way. They're already happening. And people are like, oh, that's not going to happen. So it's not, we don't want to just dismiss it and say, oh, no. Only good things are happening. Only wonderful things are happening. We want to know, if you're watching the news and they tell you there's a hurricane coming, you don't scream at the TV and yell at the weatherman and say that the weatherman is being a negative jerk. You go, oh, wow, okay, there's a hurricane coming. Let me make sure I'm not in like the most severe path. Let me make sure it's safe for me to stay here. Let me make sure I have water and food and whatever you need to do to prepare for a hurricane. Let me make sure I have the windows boarded. You don't get mad at the TV for being negative. You don't get mad at the weatherman for being negative. Think of it as weather. We're preparing for weather. And we're going to ride that natural cycle and we're going to be okay. But you need to start listening to your intuition. If people are telling you something that doesn't seem right, listen. And this is in terms of like your church, your political party, your job situation, whatever it might be. If something doesn't seem right, you know that if that antenna is going up, listen to it. A lot of you know I was raised super religious, and I had the Bible drilled in me from the time I was a kid. I learned to read from a children's Bible. It was church 3 times a week, plus once a week after school, 1 hour one-on-one Bible study. Bible all the time. And I grew up in that faith. And there was one day I was at church, and the preacher said that we need to only listen to like what they're telling us and the literature that they're giving us, and stick to the explanation in the literature and not try to do research outside of it, because, and this was the exact phrase, as true Christians, we want to avoid independent thinking. That was the moment I never went back. That was like, ooh, red flags, like there were alarms going off in my head. This man was telling us that if you're a true Christian, you have to turn off your brain. And you have to only believe what I'm telling you the Bible means. Don't think. If you're a true Christian, you're not going to think independently. That was some dangerous words. That was like, are they going to bust out the Kool-Aid next? Like, what in the world? So I want you guys to pay attention to those kinds of moments. I want you guys to pay attention to something that just doesn't seem right or doesn't seem like it makes sense. Listen to your gut. Listen to your intuition. If you smell smoke and you're looking around and you don't see fire, that doesn't mean there's no fire. It means there's fire on the way, and the smoke is warning you, hey, there's a fire coming. Don't wait until they're handing you the cup of Kool-Aid. So, again, this is not to be scared and this is not to be fearful, but this is for you to know that you are intelligent. You were given a brain. You were given the ability to think. Some of you have suffered gaslighting for years. I know it's hard to come out of that, to trust yourself and to trust your feelings. But you have a brain. You have an antenna. Use it and allow it to guide you. And it will help you cut through all of the confusion and all of the smoke and mirrors and all of the things that are meant to divide us and turn us against each other. It will help you see through all of that. And then the hurricane can come, but you're ready for the hurricane. You're good. You have your water and your snacks and your board games and your puzzles and your batteries and your radio and you're good, right? So this is how intuition works. It helps us to be ready. It helps us to have those tools or supplies to get through the difficult weather. And it doesn't have to be so scary. So I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you would like a private reading with me, you can schedule at calendly.com/amethystangelite. There's a link in the description of the video that will take you to Calendly to schedule. The love readings for March are linked in the description. Love readings for April will be coming up in the next week or so. And weekly forecasts. If you've not yet watched the forecast for the week, check that out. That is linked in the description as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, you are a child of God. You are loved. You are protected. You are watched over. You matter. Okay? Be well, my friends.